I don't talk about Tyla because I don't want to bring attention to it because I know what they're doing to her. But when you think about the lyrics of that song, Water, and you think about her core fan base, which are girls between the age of 7 and 17. Can you blow my mind and set off my whole body? Make me sweat, make me hotter, make me lose my breath, make me water. Why the f would that be coming out of 8-year-olds' mouth? And dancing and gyrating and trying to get a bump, bump, bump. Because that's all those kids that are watching her are doing. That's all they're doing. They're going to imitate everything that she does. Meanwhile, the local pedo who has a kid who are friends with a bunch of girls, 9, 10, 11 years old, inviting the girls over for pizza and to watch Tyla.
It seems Tyla has landed in more trouble after Jaguar Wright went after her. At first, the talk was about her being an industry plant, placed in the spotlight to fit a certain stereotype and audience. But now sources are saying there's more to it. Reports suggest she signed a secret deal with powerful figures behind the curtain, aimed at pushing young girls toward harmful and scandalous behavior.
Is it weird for you that you're so young, but you have so many girls that look up to you, inspire to be you? Is that a weird feeling?
It is kind of weird because I remember being that person, and I'm still that person for people, but it's inspiring for me as well, knowing that I'm able to touch people and inspire people. You know, it sounds cheesy, but it's like amazing. It's an amazing feeling.
You have to watch the way you move too now? Do you move differently now, move differently now, do things differently? Because you know that young girls follow your dance routines, follow your steps, your movements and all that.
I'm just being myself, you know, with everything. When I perform, when I do anything, I'm just being myself. I'm showing my culture from home. And whoever likes it, whoever doesn't.
Jaguar claims that the lyrics to Tyla's hit song Water, make me sweat, make me hotter, make me lose my breath, make me water, aren't appropriate for anyone under 18. The problem is, most of Tyla's fans in the US are teenagers. Jaguar also says Tyla's team keeps trying to present her as a teenager, but the way she dresses in revealing outfits doesn't sit right with actual teens. On top of that, the way she suddenly appeared on big stages without much build-up made many people believe her breakout with Water wasn't natural. It wasn't just the song itself, but the perfect timing, the viral dance challenge, and how smoothly everything rolled out that raised suspicion. Usually, international artists fight for years, putting out mixtapes and singles before finally breaking into the US charts and gaining worldwide recognition. They grind for a long time to even catch a little spotlight. But with Tyla, it felt like everything was already set up once her track hit the internet. The lyrics clicked, the sound fit the moment, the choreography was polished, and the timing couldn't have been better. That's why the talk of her being an industry plant picked up. When every move looks too well planned, people assume it's not just luck or talent. Still, it seems that streak might be fading. Despite her debut LP exploding in ways most artists only dream of, her latest EP, We Wanna Party, is pulling in shockingly low numbers, which has people talking. Back in March 2024, when her self-titled album Tyla dropped, it crushed streaming records, passing 1 billion Spotify streams in just 3 months. It later crossed 1.3 billion, becoming the most streamed female African album ever. In the US, it debuted at number 24 on the Billboard 200, selling 24,000 units in its first week. It even outpaced Beyoncé's Cowboy Carter months later, and became the most streamed album by a Black female artist on Spotify in 2024, hitting 1.565 billion streams. And that's not even mentioning the awards. Tyla won a Grammy on her very first nomination. All of that success came from Water, but it didn't take long for people to feel like the fame and recognition went straight to her head. Critics came at her hard, and one moment that fueled the fire was when she accepted a VMA for Best Afrobeats Video and asked Halle to hold it for her because she said it was too heavy.
You guys know me and holding awards. I'm not strong enough. Here's this.
Baby, the moment came off as rude and showed no real appreciation or excitement for winning. Tyla only made things worse when she posted online saying, "Y'all make everything weird. I wasn't asking my girl Halle, we're just girls." Mic drop, shut the F up. I wanted a VMA. Adding to the list of moments that fueled her quick drop in numbers and public interest, an old interview resurfaced where she referred to herself as colored.
Like, in South Africa, my race is called colored. And it's a very stressful term to use in America because I know it's a derogatory term. Right. But I mean, that's what we are called.
In South Africa, where Tyla comes from, the term colored is used differently as an official ethnic classification. But in the US, the word carries painful history tied to Black oppression, and the community wasn't okay with it. The issue wasn't only that Tyla used a term seen as nearly a racial slur to African Americans, who make up most of her fan base. What made things worse was her careless attitude when she was given the chance to explain and clear it up.
Let me just say this. Here's the problem. And it's not a Zeke problem. It's not a producer problem. It's a Tyla problem. Thank you. It's her. Let me tell you why. You came to America and you're in a Breakfast Club. The nigga, you got artists that would die to talk to Charlamagne, and you looking at your people because he asked you a question you didn't want to answer. Man, what? It don't work like that in America, baby. You can't hide from issues if you black. And what happened was she thought, see, here's what's really happening in America right now. The Africans that are coming here to get money are realizing what's happening is white people in the music industry bought in our African cousins. Yup. Like, since y'all niggas listen, I'm gonna bring in these y'all African cousins because they look alike to everybody, but they ain't got that sauce.
They don't got it.
They ain't got that
Especially
hood.
Tyla.
And I'm not saying this, but Tyla's also she's also from the same place that Elon Musk is from. Right? So racism and all that shit, huge where she is, but she had a chance to speak on it.
And she did.
And
she blew it.
And she looked at somebody else like, I don't even want to
Like a
talk
little girl.
about it.
We're
I don't even talk about it.
She said, I'm not freaking black.
Guess what? Using those are numbers. Here's what Tyla did wrong. And you know this, Brandon, on some industry. A hit is not a problem. Tyla can have water out right now. The people are not gonna with it because she has made it known that I'm here just to get money. I'm here not to be one of y'all. Even though they bunching me with y'all, let me separate myself from y'all.
I'm different.
And this is what the you get. And now the y'all that you don't want to be of is gonna be laughing
on y'all,
making jokes, all that because you didn't want to be one of us.
And I'm super gangster too. You from South Africa. Nelson Mandela ain't died for you to be coming here and saying you ain't black. Straight up. He ain't sitting in jail for 30 years for that shit. So I understand why you sold 3.7 and PLP. Not 37, 3.7 is what Tyla sold, my dude. You can't say she's Britney Spears, and that's what irritates me.
She needs to build her world. She needs to find her fan base. She's just a song right now, but remember I said this. She is a star, and she doesn't need to have the last name to be a star.
During her interview with Charlamagne on The Breakfast Club, where she was expected to clear things up, Tyla stayed silent. Instead, she looked to her PR team, and their advice was for her not to respond to the question.
On these debates that they be having about your identity as a South African colored person, what does that even mean?
Can we not? Por favor.
Oh, I like that. We keeping that in the interview too. I like when they talk from the back and say we can't. I like that. I like that. That's good. That's even better.
Next one, please.
That's even better.
Yo, stupid, yo.
They even asked Charlamagne to cut that part from the interview. But as an African American himself, he felt disrespected that Tyla chose not to address it. So he left it in and it blew up online. Charlamagne later revealed that Tyla's team had shown up with a list of topics they didn't want her to touch. It was basically a pre-approved do not mention list. One of the things they wanted skipped was the Kai Cenat We Friends situation.
So I can't do Zoe, so my only option is Tyla? Would you like to go on a date with me?
Are you asking for real?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
What you mean? Why not?
Don't do that.
I'm serious. Whenever you get some free time, would you like to go on a date with me?
You can't do that. On a whole live thing.
Why not? It's true or dare.
But we friends though.
You right.
Yeah, we friends.
You right.
They also wanted no mention of why she was no longer touring with Chris Brown, no questions about the colored or colorism issue, nothing about her injury, and definitely no comparisons to other pop stars. That meant no Rihanna references and no diva talk. Charlamagne later said he was handed that list but refused to be silenced, pointing out that if Tyla wasn't ready to face those questions, the interview shouldn't have happened at all.
I said no.
Yeah.
And the reason I said no, they had 6 things they didn't want us to ask. You want to know what those 6 things were?
Yeah.
They didn't want us to ask about Kai Cenat. The whole we friends though thing. Right?
Yeah.
Like, huh?
Okay.
They didn't want us to ask about her not being on tour with Chris Brown anymore. They didn't want us to ask about the color thing.
Injury.
They didn't want us to ask about her injury that she sustained. What else was it? They didn't want to ask us about who she was dating, which I wouldn't do anyway. And what was the other one? It was just all frivolous
And
stuff.
why? What are they trying to do? They're trying to protect an image that they're curating for her?
I have no idea. And that's why I said.
Leave it to Rihanna then. Comparing.
Oh yeah, and comparison, and it wasn't even Rihanna. It just said comparisons to other pop artists. Huh?
Oh, so they're trying to separate her from Kai Cenat. She's her own individual. Don't tie her to him.
And you want me to not ask her about Kai Cenat the day after Kevin Hart just was on Kai Cenat's show again with
Bringing
a big ass sign that said "We friends" though?
Yeah.
Like, come on, yo. So I said to them, no.
Her diehard fans in South Africa also added to the backlash, insisting that Tyla wasn't wrong for calling herself colored.
Tyla is not black. Let's talk about it. Race in the United States is not the same as in South Africa. That's why many Americans were shocked to find out Tyla doesn't identify as black. Blackness in America is defined by the one drop rule, where having just one recent black ancestor and certain facial features gives you this distinction. But in South Africa, concepts of race were influenced by apartheid. So, while indigenous South African groups are considered black, and descendants of British and Dutch colonists are considered white, there's another group called colored. Colored refers to South Africans of mixed ethnicity, often descending from interracial couplings of black Africans and white settlers. This also included South Asians until the end of apartheid. Tyla falls into this category because some of her heritage is Indian, Mauritian, and Zulu. Colored communities in South Africa have a distinct culture that's different from other racial groups in the country. And even though apartheid ended, the way South Africa thinks about race is still the same, with this thinking still ingrained into culture today. So for Tyla, identifying as colored is a function of her heritage and the...
To make things worse, Jaguar Wright has been saying Tyla is an industry plant who signed a deal with powerful management to influence young teens in harmful ways, similar to artists like Sexy Red, Lil Nas X, and Lizzo. While people are still waiting for more details on that claim, here's what some have said about the situation. One person wrote, "As a Nigerian, I can say the biggest entertainment market is the African-American market. You can't disrespect them and expect their support. Tyla and South Africans are finding that out the hard way. Respect is needed in black spaces." Another person commented, "If we're this and that to South Africans for not supporting her, then let her fans buy her music. Let them make her a multimillionaire. Let them be the ones to push her worldwide." And finally, someone else said, "The first time I saw Water and heard the lyrics, I felt uncomfortable. Tyla looks a lot younger than her reported age. Hearing she's been seen with Clive Davis is disturbing too, because he's part of why Diddy is so mentally messed up. If she's linked to him, that's worst case scenario. So now we'd like to know what you think. How do you see this whole situation and Tyla's fast fall from her American dream? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Then check out the next video because trust me, it gets just as messy.